That's how I painted her smile. I wanted to see where the soul was hiding. I opened the heart and saw exactly how blood swirls through the aortic valves.
A man who designed the helicopter in 1493, who mapped the human heart 5 centuries before open-heart surgery, who painted the most famous smile in history, and then refused to give it away. But here's what they don't put on the museum walls. He was also a man who drove his clients absolutely insane, who started hundreds of projects and finished almost none of them. Tonight, he steps out of the canvas and into our studio. Welcome to the Afterlife Talkshow. Maestro Leonardo da Vinci.
Maestro. My clients never called me that. They had other words.
We'll get to that. But first, who exactly were you before you became a legend? You were born illegitimate. No university, no government job, no right to even carry your father's last name. Leonardo da Vinci just means Leonardo, from the town of Vinci.
Yes. My full legal name was essentially that kid from Vinci. Not exactly the name you put on a business card.
But that rejection, did it break you or shape you?
Honestly, my first reaction was relief. I didn't have to pretend to care about Latin grammar anymore. Verrocchio's workshop taught me more in a week than any university would have in 4 years. You learn faster when your hands are covered in paint, and your teacher throws things at you.
Verrocchio was the best artist in Florence at the time.
And one day, he asked me to paint an angel in the corner of his canvas. Just a corner, a small task for the apprentice. He never painted again after that. He said his student had surpassed him. I always felt a little guilty about that.
You eventually left Florence for Milan, and the letter you wrote to the Duke to get that job, it's one of the most fascinating documents in history. You listed 10 skills: engineering, weapons, architecture. You know what was last?
Painting. I was trying to get a job, not hang in a museum. The Duke needed bridges and weapons. I told him what he wanted to hear. The painting was a footnote.
A footnote that ended up in the Louvre.
A footnote. In the Louvre, I've made peace with the irony.
Let's talk about what drove people crazy about you. You left an almost unbelievable number of projects unfinished. Paintings, inventions, books.
I prefer the word in progress.
For 30 years?
Some ideas need time to breathe.
The Church of San Francesco hired you in 1483 for an altarpiece. You delivered it 25 years later. After 2 lawsuits.
They kept changing the brief.
They kept changing the brief for 25 years?
They were very indecisive clients.
And then there's the horse, the Gran Cavallo. The Duke of Milan commissioned you to build the largest bronze horse in the world. You spent 17 years on it.
24 feet of bronze. It was going to be the greatest sculpture ever made. I studied every horse in Milan. I understood the weight of muscles the moment a hoof leaves the ground.
And then?
The French invaded. The Duke took my bronze, 70 tons of it, and melted it into cannons. And the soldiers used my clay model for target practice.
How do you recover from something like that?
You open a new notebook. I went home and designed a parachute.
Let's talk about the painting that made you immortal, even though you never meant to give it away. The Mona Lisa.
She was never meant to be famous. She was a commission for a silk merchant's wife, a simple portrait.
That you worked on for 16 years.
She was a complicated woman.
X-rays show dozens of layers of paint beneath the surface. You repainted her face, again and again.
Because every time I learned something new about optics, about anatomy, about how light bends around a cheekbone, I had to go back and correct her. My curiosity was a disease.
But how did you actually learn how light moves across a face that precisely?
I spent a great many nights in places most people avoid. Morgues, mostly. At 3 in the morning, with a single candle, drawing the muscles underneath the skin. Not glamorous. But the Mona Lisa smile is built on that work, layer by layer.
The smile? Everyone talks about the smile. Why does it feel like it's moving?
Because I understood that the eye doesn't see everything at once. When you look directly at her mouth, the smile seems to disappear. When you look at her eyes, it returns. I used sfumato, blurred edges, to trap the smile in your peripheral vision. You can never quite catch it.
One last thing. The notebooks. Mirror writing, right to left. People still believe you were hiding secrets from the church.
People love a mystery more than the truth. I wrote in reverse because I was left-handed. Ink smears when your hand drags across fresh writing. Simple problem, simple solution.
You were ambidextrous.
I was practical.
So no secret society? No hidden map?
13,000 pages of notes. And the greatest mystery people find is the direction of the handwriting.
Leonardo. Last question. You lived 500 years ago. What do you want from the people of the 21st century?
Don't wait to be allowed. I was never allowed to do anything I did. Also, finish your projects. I speak from experience.
Maestro Leonardo da Vinci, thank you for being here.
It was my pleasure. I finished something for once.
This was Afterlife Talkshow. If you want to know which legend walks through that door next, subscribe. And if you missed our conversations with Einstein and Marilyn Monroe, they're waiting for you. Good night.